Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Shake and Bake. Hey, Train Man Dan. Hey, Topher. Wave, Night Truck. Hey, Mal, thank you. Hey, Spaceball. Hey, Jill. Paula. Hey, Nugget. You know, sometimes life just kicks you in the shins. And then you get back up and then it kicks you in the shins again. So that's what life has been doing to me lately. Kicking me in the shins. Yeah, hit that like button, please. So this will be the open house. I'll do the normal pregame show from 6:30 to 6:50 my time. I'll take a quick 10-minute break and then I'll be back live on the same exact link, and I'll be live through the market open, and then I'll call out trades as I see them. Thank you, Night Truck. Hey, Sir Fernando. Hey, Lock Doctor. Joe. Hector. JG. Hey, Mila. Hey, Make Believe. Hey, Success. Things are better this morning. All right, let me go back up to the top. UNH, okay. UNH looks okay. Got a new 52-week high. Is that an all-time high? Yeah, new all-time high. There's nothing bearish about new all-time highs. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We got over the all-time high by 55 cents. I would say we need a little bit more convincing for the bulls. This thing has a big spread, and I would want to see a more convincing bull break. This chart looks good. Hey, G and swarming. Thanks, Hector. You're stoked we both made it here? Yeah. Hey, Duke-a-boos. Hey, Dollar Tree Farmer. Hey, Francisco. PLTR. Yeah, Hector, I like PLTR where it is for a potential daily high or low. I was looking at it this morning. We have hourly oversold, but it got oversold back here yesterday, and that did not mark the daily high or low. So we need a little bit more from the bulls, but I do like a potential buy against $30. The bulls have to prove something. We just can't step in and buy because we say, oh, okay, we're looking for that daily high or low. That's the more likely scenario. It is the more likely scenario, but bulls got to prove something. Look where it bounced from historical RSI level. I love this indicator. Hey-oh, say-oh, say. I was saying that in my head today. Sadeo, sadeo. All right. Take a sip of coffee. This one almost made my list, Hector, almost. For the long, I like that it's gapping down with hourly oversold. Did it gap down yesterday? So the low was 31.62. Yeah, we gapped down yesterday too. Did we gap down the day before that? 31.85. No, we didn't gap down on that one. We gapped down yesterday. We're gapping down today. It's getting pretty extreme. What's our next support? 30.33 and then $30 and 29.56. What would 4-hour RSI, oversold RSI look like? $30. Okay, I like that. I like that. You see the 29.96, that's 4-hour oversold looking for the daily high or low. I like that. So potential long against $30. Let me set an alert for that. Sure. Thanks, Alexander. LMT. LMT looking good. That 4-hour squeeze looks good. Potential weekly bull flag. This is a good looking chart. Very good looking chart. We just have some sideways consolidation right now, but looks super healthy. CAPR. My computer is a little slow this morning. 493, 490 double top. We got a double top right there. Had a pretty powerful day yesterday. Daily bull flag confirmed, but we ran into the chainsaw of 493. And we couldn't close over the daily 200 MA. So it's all about 493. Got to get over it. Double top for now. What's the volume? And this pretty low volume name too. Watch that. SoFi. And then we'll get started here. I'm just warming up. I get on here early to warm up my brain with and kind of match it up with my mouth if possible. 779. What's the high here? 783. It's over the daily 200 MA. Weekly lower high still possible. Four-hour looks good, but that's some bearish divergence there where RSI is making lower high while price is making a higher high. So just beware of that. You're welcome, Hector. I'll look at Gern. I'll definitely look at ETH. You want to look at Titan X / ETH. Never heard of that one. Yeah, that does look good, Hunter. That looks really good, Hunter. That's a great equilibrium. I'm putting that on my watch list. That looks good. Got to get over the daily 50 MA and then 468. Titan X. So I'm assuming it's this one, wrapped ether. I mean, I wouldn't bring this chart home to mom, that's for sure. We're on our third weekly inside bar. Daily higher low possible compared to 33.62. Yeah, Awesome sells baits, y'all, if y'all are interested. I'm sure he can post a link in YouTube if you want. Awesome, you can put your bait. He makes baits, he and his family. 4-hour downtrend. Pops are for selling until bulls prove otherwise. Yeah, PDD has a ton of volume this morning. And so does JD. I don't know what the news... Oh, they had earnings. It's trash. Bounces are for shorting until bulls prove otherwise. Y'all ready to get this show on the road? I got to do a good job today since I had it off yesterday, huh? Good morning. This is who I am. I'm ChartGal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. Part of this pregame show that's normally on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yesterday I had to cancel. I wasn't feeling well. So thank you for joining me this morning. Give me a follow on X if you'd like. The economic calendar's pretty boring today. We have the consumer confidence at 10 a.m. And then the market environment dossier table. This is a table where I just wake up in the morning and all the puzzle pieces are thrown on the floor and I start putting the puzzle back together. And we're looking a little more bearish than bullish overall at the correlation pieces that I watch. If it has that yellow, whatever that color is, a beige color, that means that it's in between trends. It's a push, and I'm not calling it bullish or bearish. So right now the 4-hour trend on ES is a push, and the 1 hour is bearish. All right, let's go look at charts. My favorite thing to do. So 4-hour lower high is now set on ES. The question is, will we get a 4-hour higher low compared to 561975? That's what today will be all about. It'll be about this: higher high, higher low, lower high. And the question is, do we get a higher low compared to 561975, or do we get a lower low? Do we get that 4-hour confirmed downtrend? We have potential 2-day bull flag on ES. That looks pretty good. And on NASDAQ, potential 2-day bull flag. That looks pretty good. I mean, this bear volume isn't great, and these upper wicks of profit taking isn't great. It's not an ideal bull flag, but it could be a potential 2-day bull flag. We are looking for 2-day higher lows. So on the 4-hour for NASDAQ, same scenario. Actually, it's a little different scenario because we are already in a 4-hour downtrend. The question is, can we set a 4-hour higher low compared to 19,505 and then go break that 4-hour high of 19,647 and change the 4-hour trend? Today, like most days, like, what am I saying this new? Like most days, we are looking at NASDAQ, close eye on NASDAQ to see which way we go as far as the market. RTY, I have IWM actually as a queen of the mountain, and it's already losing it. Dang it. I wanted this break of 220, this flat bottom break here, because we are looking for a weekly lower high on the Russell. So I was looking for this potential flat bottom break, and it's already breaking down and gapping down. So I think a bounce, it would be prudent to be looking short on bounces. All right, let me go back to the Russell. Yeah, the Russell is losing hourly support, lost the hourly 50 MA, lost 4-hour support, not looking great. Dow, we were unable to get through the all-time high yesterday, 41523. We were unable to get through 41672, and we rejected. Now, can we get a 4-hour higher low compared to 41229? Are these small, tiny bear breaks without follow through? Is that showing us that we have those bull flags on higher time frames? So 41229, that is your next support on the Dow. And the Dow is greatly impacted by banks. So if banks are having a slow day, then it is likely, not guaranteed, likely that the Dow would have a heavy day. We have the VIX. The VIX is looking spunky. 4-hour resistance 1667, support 1582 and 1561. Hourly uptrend running into the 50 MA, however. This gives me a little more confidence in potential 4-hour higher lows the more I stare at this. So do we just EQ out here and just go sideways into tomorrow? Because we got a hurry up and wait situation. We have a lot of earnings tomorrow, NVDA being one of the headliners tomorrow afternoon. So it could be a hurry up and wait situation today, so don't get chopped up. Hang Seng and DAX are green overnight. Bitcoin is red. Bitcoin is in a 4-hour downtrend. It is approaching the daily moving averages. Hourly, we have a little bit of a triple bottom, but still in a downtrend. EMAs are overhead. Bitcoin is heavy. Is Bitcoin our canary is the question. I don't have the answer for you, but that's the question. Is it a canary, and is it telling us that we have more incoming weakness for the market? And that is highly possible. Ethereum, weak. We've lost the daily 12 EMA, your next support 25.36, and on a bounce you're looking for a daily lower high compared to 28.20. Yeah, that 4 hour is a weak sauce. Bounces are for shorting until bulls prove otherwise. There are charts, y'all, that if you can just go look at it and stare at it and say, okay, get with the program, self. I have been calling out these reverse back burners on nat gas. I mean, they are just pure money. Here, 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 here. When you have a name that is this weak, just stay with the trend. Nat gas, if you stayed with the trend and short overbought conditions, it would have been, I mean, my gosh, how many have we had? There's a boatload of them. Gobs and gobs and gobs of them that you could have shorted, and I've been pounding the table on this one. That let's go look at another name that's the opposite. Look at Costco. Come on. You can do it. Look at this chart. So you would do the opposite with this one. This is an uptrending chart. You buy dips. You buy hourly overbought, 4 hour overbought until it stops working. Look at 4 hour overbought. That would have gotten you $100 here. 4 hour overbought. 4 hour overbought would have gotten you $50. And this one, Lordy, would have gotten you $200. Stay with the trend. Find a trending chart and stay with the trend. And yes, I'm preachy. We're just going to have to roll with it, okay? Dollar bill, y'all. We broke that support of 100.617. We hit 534 yesterday. So we broke it by 9 cents. At this point, I would say we could call it a monthly double bottom, but those bulls need to get to work and get to work quickly. Like now, get over the 4 hour 12 EMA, or nothing changes until something changes. Dollar is weak. Gold is not taking advantage of this weakness at the moment. 254960. We got a double top on the hourly. We ran into the 50 EMA and can't get over it. We have an equilibrium right now. My favorite analogy on gold and the dollar is when the dollar is weak. This is like when the prison guard leaves the door open and then leaves the prisoner in the jail cell and they don't make a run for it. This is when you need to make a run for it, gold. The prison guard is gone. And what the heck are you doing? 4 hour downtrend. Oil, I like oil short. Dang it, I liked it short 30 cents ago. I should have taken that short. So here's what I'm thinking. So weekly lower high is the more likely scenario. We got this tight equilibrium. Daily lower high is the more likely scenario, and we ran into the daily 50 MA, 77.48, 77.60, double top. We have API estimates after hours today at 4:30 Eastern, and we have inventory tomorrow. And don't forget, we are closed next Monday, so don't forget about that. So if you're buying options for next Friday, you will have one less day for those to play out. So oil, I like bounces for shorting, looking for the daily lower high. All right. Nat trash, hourly downtrend, 12 EMA is your spirit guide. Period. End of discussion. Hey, Luzmar. Hey, Steven. Hey, Alice. Yep, many of them are battling for that hourly lower high. Okay, Apple. Apple, we do have a squeeze on the hourly chart. We're just hugging this 50 MA like our life depends on it. We got a 4-hour squeeze. And we are opening up red this morning. Yeah, I don't see a setup on this one except for a short. I would look to short yesterday's high, 227.28. That high right there, that's what I'd be looking to short. Okay, Amazon. Amazon was weak yesterday. It is weak this morning. We have a gap to fill at 172.28. I like setting alerts at those gaps. I like to know when gaps are filled. Not all gaps have to be filled, but that looks like that is the fate of Amazon with its weakness. With a nice uptrend line here, you could have taken that failure. Yeah, I don't like it. EMAs are overhead. As long as the hourly EMAs are overhead, bears are large and in charge. NVIDIA, we have earnings tomorrow after hours. Your next support, we just lost it, 125.55, then 124.37. NVIDIA is weak sauce. It definitely has the highest volume in pre-market, 6.5 million as far as the names that I watch that are over $5, and it has a ton of volume. Inside bar broke bull yesterday, and then we failed again at this resistance level here, 131.39. We hit 131.26. Nothing changes till we get over that level. It is weak. And with NVIDIA being this heavy this morning, that is not a good sign for the market bulls. Tesla is weak as well. Daily 50 MA is overhead. Inside bar bear break yesterday. We still held 210.32. It looks heavy. Yeah, hourly inside bars. EMAs overhead. I'd be staying short as long as these EMAs are overhead. All right. Queen of the mountain trades, Kava. Kava. They had a $6 million offering this morning or yesterday after hours. I'm not sure exactly when they, well, stock sales for insiders. I saw an offering too. So insider selling and an offering is what it appears to be the news. I'm looking reverse back burner on Kava, looking for 5-minute overbought conditions to short. CRM. And I didn't mean to choose so many names with C, but sometimes that's how she rolls. CRM, the daily gap filled right here. 267.35. We hit 267.30 yesterday, and we're struggling to get over the daily 200 MA. We have earnings tomorrow after hours. I wouldn't be trading it with options because of earnings, but I like it for a top fish setup against yesterday's high with that daily 200 MA overhead. CVNA, potential hourly head and shoulders. This one's been pretty bullish, but don't give me crap about my drawing. I know the drawing sucks, but that magnet makes it difficult. So for CVNA, potential hourly head and shoulders here. On the daily, this chart looks pretty good. So I am picking on a bully, but we do have overhead resistance. We are not in all-time high breakout. I like it for a short against 158.50. The Russell, we went over that one. I like this one short on that 220 flat bottom break. Looking for the weekly lower high, which is the more likely scenario. And then finally, Roku, short. Let's see, is that, well, heck, all 5 of mine are shorts. I didn't mean for that to happen. It just happened. Daily 50, weekly 50 MA overhead. Daily 200 MA overhead, and we have a top fish double top 70.56, 70.48. I like a short on against that 70.50 area on Roku. Like, I really like this short. And what else? I think I'm going to do CVNA as my other one that I watch. And you do not have to go anywhere. The link for this show will be the show for market open. I will take a break for about 10 minutes. from 6:50 to 7 o'clock Mountain Time, and then I'll be right back at 7 a.m. and I'll take you through market open. And if I see trades, I'll call them out. Hey, Crypto Cat. Hey, KK. Thank you, Green Eggs and Cam. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So, yeah, I think I like CBNA short and Roku short. Those are my favorites. Kava, it'll take a while to set up because we want that 5-minute overbought conditions to short. Let's go set that alert. Tell me when RSI gets to 70. And TCGers, as always, I will put the Queen of the Mountain trades and my market environment dossier table in chat when I am done. So you can have that to refer back to. And I would say the other one I really like is PLTR at $30. Is it still gapping down? Yeah. At $30 would bring it 4-hour oversold and still be looking for a daily higher low. I like that one. And I have my alert set right there at $30. So I'm not going to bring it over here. The alert is set. It'll take a while to set up. I doubt it'll be a market open trade. SMCI is gapping down. Semis are heavy. Semis are gapping down. Semis are the fuel to the market's engine. When semis are leading to the downside, we need every other sector to pull to the bull side to lift the market. If not, we could have a pretty red day. All right, well, I am going to wrap this up, and don't go anywhere, or just go take a bathroom break or coffee break, and then I'll be back in 10 minutes, and then I will take ticker request from TCG members first, and then in the chat room as time permits. And I look forward to seeing you in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. All right. I'll be back in just a bit. Good morning, TCG. How are ya? And we got the public here today. So we have YouTube live streaming right now. So people who aren't members can see what we do, kind of take a look behind the curtain, if you will. So I'll go over pretty much similar things that I go over in the pregame, and then I'll go over additional tickers as well, and I'll take ticker requests. All right, so the way we're setting up here this morning is it's looking pretty bearish. Things have definitely changed in the last few hours. We just broke that low of 561975. We broke it by $3. That is a bear break. That is a 4-hour downtrend. Weekly lower high is now set at 5669, and we do have enough room for a weekly higher low. Let me look at this 2-day. This 2-day could still be a bull flag. So we'll see. And again, this could be a hurry up and wait day. Everybody's waiting for NVDA earnings tomorrow. We have lots of earnings tomorrow. Let's go look at the calendar. So for the calendar, we have consumer confidence in an hour. If y'all could remind me of that while I'm live. I usually remember, but if you could remind me, that'd be great. And then we look at this table. This weighted more heavily to the bears. If I had to go back and do this again, I think we'd get a lot more red checks here. Like a lot more. So we're definitely more bearish than bullish this morning. And I will be watching semis very closely. So semis are currently gapping down just by 13 cents. We got rejected at the daily 50 MA in a big way, and we're maintaining the EMAs for now, and emphasis on for now. So we had support at 241.54, and we lost that yesterday. We broke it by 41 cents. So semis do not look good. They look heavy this morning, and if semis are leading the way down, it will be hard for the market to be propped up, even if all the other sectors pull together and start pulling up, which they are not doing that at the moment. All right, so NASDAQ. NASDAQ looks like a potential 2-day bull flag. On the daily, we're holding the EMAs. We've lost the 50 MA. And we broke this support by $3, it looks like. $3 on both of them. All right. We love psychological levels on futures. If you trade futures, you know how valuable it can be for these psychological levels. And we just held 19,500 and we're bouncing. So we'll see if we can get a bounce going here. And then let's see if we can call this an actual 4-hour double bottom, because it only broke by $3. That does not make a bear break on a $19,000 instrument. So I would not call it a bear break at this moment. Bears definitely have the momentum, and this could be a little 5-minute bear flag as we speak. And if you are a bear who wanted your move earlier and you missed it, you would be looking for 15-minute lower highs on bounces compared to 19,614.50. All right. Sorry about that. We'll be looking for a 15-minute lower high compared to 19,614. RTY broke the bottom. I really wanted to short the Russell on the 220 flat bottom break right here. When you get so many touches at a level, you see that? It's just so clear that you can see it from Mars. When it breaks, those are the type of breakdowns I like to take. For the most part, I like to position myself within a pattern versus taking breakouts or breakdowns. But when we have a level that's been touched over and over and over and over, I will take that bear break. I wanted that bear break of 220. So now that I missed that, I would be looking for a 15-minute lower high on a bounce. So let me see if I can give you an options trade for that. So I copy and paste the option strike. Let's see. I would probably do today's expiration. Man, it's fallen fast. So that is the put that I'd be looking at. So I'm going to post that in the YouTube chat as well. Let me go back to NASDAQ. Oh, we just lost 500. That is a convincing bear break now. It could be a falling wedge, but bulls need to reverse it right here, right now, real fast. We're getting a lower low, so yep, lower low, lower low. But if this lower low gets followed through, then all bets are off. Let's see how fast these bulls can recover if this is indeed a 4-hour falling wedge. All right. So the Russell is definitely weaker than the other Fab 4 indices. Dow, we just lost the support of 41229. I'm going to delete that alert. It keeps going off, and I don't want the 5-minute oversold trade anymore. So we lost our 4-hour support. We are looking for a daily higher low on the Dow compared to 4684. So you see I have an alert there at 40,000. I'm going to put an alert at 41,000 as well and see if that can hold. And it may not. We'll see what consumer confidence does to volatility. Does it bring the bulls back to the yard? On bounces, however, bears have the upper hand now, and you're looking for 15-minute lower highs. So bears definitely have the upper hand today. We give out no trophies, no gold stars, no Oscars for catching fallen knives. And trust me, that's how most people lose money when they start, is thinking that they're cute and they're going to catch a falling knife versus letting it actually bottom and prove to you that you have friends with you on the trade. You don't want to be in a trade alone on one side. You want to have friends with you on the trade. Absolutely. Alerts help. It's the cheapest trading assistant you can have. Okay, VIX is spunky today. We have fear re-entering the market, and it looks like we just broke resistance here. We broke the 4-hour resistance level of 1667 only by 6 cents. Bulls want to see a little bit more follow through for it to be a convincing break. Yeah, I need more convincing on that. Hang Seng and DAX were green overnight. DAX is currently green. It's still open. Bitcoin is red. The question is Bitcoin our canary? With this weakness that came in overnight, and it could very well be our canary. We are looking for a daily higher low. We are at the key moving averages. Ethereum, one of these things is not like the other one. This looks like a rising wedge. We're getting tiny higher highs without follow through. We're getting whacked at the 26 EMA on the daily. This is a weak chart. We do have room for a potential daily higher low compared to 2536. But if you're looking short something, I'd short Ethereum versus Bitcoin as far as crypto goes. Dollar has been weak. I'm just watching the time, monitoring. When I get messages, I monitor to make sure my mic's still on and yada yada. You know what all that is. Okay, so the dollar is weak. We're red overnight, and so is gold. At this point, I would call it a monthly double bottom, 100.617 with 100.534. So an 8-cent bear break, is that really a bear break? No, that's a double bottom. So dollar bulls right now, as far as risk to reward goes, asymmetric risk to reward, it favors the bulls in this location because you could risk 25 cents against yesterday's low to possibly get $2. So that asymmetric risk to reward, I like that setup. Bulls are suffering right now with the Great Wall of Louisiana, the hourly 50 MA, so not setting up yet for a potential long. Gold's bouncing okay now. I was giving it crap earlier. It's struggling with a hourly 50 MA. Daily higher low is the more likely scenario compared to 2506, and this looks like just an equilibrium that's tightening up here. Oil, I like short. Looking for the daily lower high. We have a daily double top at the daily 50 MA. 77.60, 77.48. I like the short earlier this morning. And I missed it. I didn't enter. I'll have to just assess whether I want to short 77.09 for a 15-minute lower high. I'll have to think about that. $75.14. When I get quiet, I'm just thinking through the trade idea. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. But a 15-minute lower high may be a setup for oil today. Nat trash, 4 hours oversold. And you're approaching support of 1882. And by the way, when did futures get this little thing that where they swap contracts? I've never seen that on the trading view before. Just noticed it this morning. I'm like, how long has that been there? And I didn't see it on futures charts. But nat gas is getting walloped by the hourly 12 EMA. Let it be your bear spirit guide. All right. Okay, Apple is not gapping down. And so this is where I make a list of names that aren't gapping down versus names that are. Amazon's not gapping down. Nvidia's no longer gapping down. And Tesla's not. Okay. What about Google? Nope. Meta. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry, I didn't have time to hit the mute. I didn't have time to hit the mute button. I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't hurt your ears. That one came on fast. Yeah, Meta's not gapping down. And Microsoft's not gapping down, or Google. All right. Semis were earlier. Yeah, semis are still gapping down. This will be interesting. This will be very interesting. Because this could be a 2-day bull flag as well. Not ideal bull flag because of elevated bear volume and upper wick of profit taking. Hello, hello. Thank you, awesome. I will get to your charts in just a second. I know I'm going a little longer than I normally do. I like to get to everyone's chart request before the market opens, but sometimes that's not possible. Yeah, we'll need to have SMH on close watch. I'm bringing that over there. Okay. And the other setup I like is Kava overbought conditions, looking for 5-minute overbought to short, reverse back burner. CRM, I'm looking for a short on this sucker. It has earnings, so I will not be playing options. I will be shorting the commons. We filled this gap over here, 267.35. We almost filled it by a nickel yesterday, then ran into the 200 MA. So I like using, let's see what level can we use now. This one's getting away from us. We may use yesterday's low as a resistance to potentially short. CVNA. We have potential hourly head and shoulders here. Excuse the ugly drawing. On the daily, it looks fine. I just didn't like this head and shoulders. And I would be using 158.48, 158.50, the high of yesterday, to top fish. Yeah, that's a pretty clear head and shoulders. We'll see if it confirms today. IWM's getting away from me. We could use yesterday's low as a top fish area. And then finally, Roku had a double top. I'm thinking. We have the daily 200 MA overhead, weekly 50 MA overhead, yeah, I'm just going to use the break of the low of Friday. But let's see where we would put our stop. So let me hit alert 68.30. So I would be playing this breakdown of 68.30. Where would I put my stop? We could use 68.75 area or 68.91. Intraday supports from yesterday, and they could turn into potential resistance, and we could use those as our stops. So that's probably what I will do. Yeah, I'll be watching Roku. And I have my alert set for Kava, so I don't think I'm going to bring that one over there. It'll have to set up. Yeah, the Russell, I want a 15-minute lower high top fish setup. And on Roku, let me make sure there are no earnings. Didn't mean to put that line there. Yeah, earnings were back here. All right, let me get the Roku put expiration and strike. 1 second. I would be looking at this Friday's at $68. I bet I can bring out a more monster sneeze, huh? Green eggs and ham. I don't know. You're asking what is the news. I don't. On Kava, the news is they have insider selling and they had an offering. Let's see. Yeah, Kava had a 6 million share offering and they had insider selling. Yeah, Roku does look like a megaphone to me. It does. Okay. Okay. And SMH, I'll be watching this very closely. Yeah, we're gapping down $1 now. Just from overall market health, not necessarily for a trade in itself. Okay, so those are all my Queen of the Mountain trades. I did commodities. Okay. Mara is holding up. Wade wants to hear about Mara. Yeah, it's holding Friday's low, but that sure ain't a good look. That's a daily stair step. Bear break if we lose 1783. So it may be holding up better than Riot. Riot is gapping down. Coin is gapping down. MSTR gapping down. So yeah, it's holding up a little bit better, but I would look at it as not a bull laggard, as a bear laggard, saying, okay, well, Bitcoin is weak and we have all these other crypto names that are gapping down. This one hasn't. So you have a chance to actually short this one and see if it can break down through Friday's low. I would look at it as a potential laggard bear trade setup. Daily stair step, bear break, that would be the thesis. Coin. Weekly lower high is the more likely scenario. Nice monthly lower wick of bulls buying the dip. Wait 1 second. Just see. Yeah, I would be looking at this one as a reverse back burner, looking for 5-minute overbought conditions during regular trading hours to potentially short. SMCI, last time I looked, was gapping down. Yeah. What the heck did they do? Did they kick a cat? Oh my lord. 478.56. So $500 psychological, and then 478.56 is your next support on SMCI. It's down 8%. I would keep my hat on of reverse back burner. Reverse back burner. I would be looking for 5 and 15-minute overbought conditions during regular trading hours to short and stay with the trend. Now you're looking for an hourly lower high. On a bounce, you're looking for a 15-minute lower high. I definitely wouldn't try to catch a bottom on this one. No siree. Yeah, NVIDIA earnings tomorrow will be big. And don't forget, we have consumer confidence in 39 minutes. Oh, accounting manipulation. Gotcha. Thank you, Nugget. I appreciate that. Super micro, fresh evidence of accounting manipulation, sibling self-dealing, and sanctions evasion at this AI high flyer per Hindenburg. So, yeah, definitely bounces are for shorting on this one. It's getting walloped. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll get back to tickers. I would want to bounce to short if you're using futures. That's pretty far away. Your stop would be up at 2230 area. That's 20 points away. That would be tough. Okay. Google. Now I want to watch SMCI. That's a train wreck. Google long-term swing. Looking for a monthly high or low. Weekly, we're looking for a lower high. The question that hasn't been answered, I don't think, is this a bear flag on the weekly? So as long as it's below 169, it could be a weekly bear flag. You'd want to get that cleared out before you entered a long swing. That looks good on the hourly, though. I like that squeeze. Maybe a long against Friday's low. It's $1 away. And we're at the hourly 50 MA. That could work. That could work. Okay, ELF. What did they do? Did they kick a cat too? My goodness. We lost daily support. Maintained it overweight. Looks like a 4-hour bear flag. This one does not look good at all. It does not look good. It looks like snot, actually. And SPY looks like a small, tiny inverse head and shoulders right now. My clicking is a little too fast for my computer this morning. Yeah, that's a little 2-minute inverse head and shoulders forming on SPY right here. 5612. All right. NASDAQ is trying to change. It changed the 2-minute trend back to the bulls. Okay. I may take 3 trades. I may take no trades. I don't feel the pressure to put on trades. I did it first when I first started live streaming, but I don't do that anymore. I don't feel that pressure. So, I mean, we may have some awesome trades and we may have some trades that just don't work out. Either way, manage your risk and don't just say, oh, well, Lori's putting it on, so I'm going to put it on. No, that's not how this works. If it doesn't match up with your trading style and your thesis, then don't trade it. And definitely don't size up because I'm taking it. Don't do that. And how do I know that people do that? Because I was one of those people that did that. Every time Dan took a trade, I would size up thinking, oh, it's going to be a winner, when there's still a probability on every single trade that you will fail. We accept all outcomes. Okay, Meta's down here testing Friday's low, Bobby. We lost daily support. Looks like a weekly bull flag. And we did get a new all-time high. Hourly got oversold, but we're not looking for a daily high or low. What about 4 hour? This could be a 4 hour bear flag. That may be what we're waiting for, Bobby, is 4 hour oversold to look for that weekly high or low and begin scouting it. So let me go set an alert. Tell me when RSI gets to 30 on the 4 hour. Doesn't mean that that's the proper location. That's where I begin scouting. What is that one that tracks the dollar? There's one that starts UUP. It moves like a snail. It will put you to sleep. I'm telling you, it will absolutely put you to sleep. Weekly head and shoulders confirmed, but we are looking for a monthly high or low. 2770 is key support. UUP. MBIO. I think that's a pump and dump, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, this is a penny stock. Only 720,000 shares traded. 34 cents. That's $210,000. This name could be heavily manipulated. We lost daily support, weekly 12 EMA overhead, 4 hour potential bear flag. Doesn't look too hot. Potential 4 hour bear flag. Okay, LMT. Market opens in 2 minutes. Take a breath. You don't have to trade at the open. And the most important trade you have is the one you're already in. So manage your positions in a prudent fashion. Don't just throw them away because you're wanting to go chase another trade and push buttons. It's one of the biggest errors we make. Well, 2 of them. Trying to buy bottoms, catch falling knives, and the pushing buttons just to push buttons. Stop it. Hourly squeeze. This thing looks good. This is a beautiful chart. $4 from all-time highs. Potential 2-day bull flag. Very bullish chart. Okay. Remember, there is a exact 13-second delay. So if you want to see what time it is, this is mountain time here. And you want to see how far behind you are from me, it should be right at 13 seconds per my OBS streaming software. So if I call out a trade, you could be delayed. So just remember that. I think 5-minute overbought is going to be the thing to do here. All right, let's open the casino. Okay, we're back above the low of Friday on QQQ. We're back above the low of Friday. We actually held it. We held the low of Friday on SPY. Semis is still below the low of Friday. Roku is getting closer to 69.60. That's where I want to take it short, 69.60 area. And the Russell has fell down so much from that 220 level that now it's looking like a 2-minute inverse head and shoulder. So I'm just going to... Yes, Snap was my queen of the mountain trade last week for a short. It had a weekly bear flag and a rising wedge, and it worked out pretty well. Yeah, we were shorting 961 on Snap, and it still looks... Snappy looks crappy. Snap looks like crap. Still looks pretty bad. I'd look for bounces to short. Thanks, Win, for you. I appreciate it. I'm not moving in for a while. Got some remodeling to do. So I'm still in the rental. Okay, IWM is getting its bounce on. I definitely don't want to short it here. Roku, what is Friday's high? 70.48. That's that double top. 70.56, 70.48. If you want to go up there and give it to me closer to that, that's fine too. But I'm going to change my strike. Instead of, what did I put in the chart? 68. Yeah, that's too far away. So I'm switching to the 69 put on Roku. I don't like these spreads. They're not great. I would not mark it into these. Don't mark it in. Big spreads. Okay, my stop is 70.60. 70.60. That is the over that double top. No stop loss on that one. Well, my good luck is that they still had the flooring in stock, so that saved me a bunch of money. Okay, I got filled on those Roku puts, the $69 puts. The $69, not the 68. It's too far out the money. I did the 69. And I went over the thesis in pregame. I went over the thesis in pre-market. So you can rewind as to why I'm looking at Roku, but it has a daily double top and key daily 200 MA overhead. This chart looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But as long as it has a clear double top, then I'm going to short that sucker. Asymmetric risk to reward is what it's about. I'm going to put some stink bids out there to see if I can get filled with this wide spread. I got in at $1.12, and I'm putting some stink bids out there in the 30s to see if I can get filled. And I just call it stink bids. You can call it whatever you want. It's just I'm outside the spread a little bit. I'm trying to work the spread in my favor. IWM is still weak. Roku, fall down. Dang it. Okay, let's see who's leading this morning. I have the Roku chart pulled up on another screen, so I'm still monitoring it. As they say, mamas have eyes in the back of their head. Well, I got them everywhere, looking at all kinds of stuff. I don't look at market internals the first 30 minutes if the market is gapping up big or gapping down big, because it can just get kind of noisy. Okay, so we have XLI Industrials broke the low of Friday. We have communication testing the low of Friday. Apple's at the low of day. Semis look okay. I'll try to scroll my cursor so you can see where I'm looking. Consumer discretionary down at the low of day. XLV low of day. XLF is holding up pretty nicely, and XLK broke the low of Friday. Take a sip of water. All right, now we're going to look at market ratios. That's a pretty big bounce on Snap. Glad I didn't short it. I think you can still short against 961, 962. That could work on Snap, Kava, whatever. I'm looking for 5-minute overbought conditions for a potential short setup. Okay, let's go look at market ratios. That tells us who's relatively weak and who's relatively strong. So here we can see who's green: Tesla, Netflix. Neo is relatively strong. Who's relatively weak? That would be Amazon, which that was showing us that in pre-market. Amazon, J&J, Nvidia, Google, all relatively weak. Apple and Amazon are definitely leading the pack to the downside. As far as sectors, we have healthcare divided by SPY is outperforming SPY, and so is banks. Then we have consumer staples, energy, XLU, and XLB. Kava could be a short. Looks like they front ran that reverse back burner. Instead of waiting for 5-minute overbought, they front ran it and got that 2-minute overbought. We're breaking down the low of day. So a bounce could be a short for a 2-minute lower high. That's the thesis. IWM still weak. Roku up testing high of day. I like it short as long as it's below 70.60. Yeah, semis could not hold the low. It tried to regain Friday's range. Friday's low was 241.13, and it already has a 2-minute downtrend. Actually, nope, that was a 1-minute downtrend. But on a bounce, you could be looking for a 2-minute lower high, and you could trade SOXS to the long side to short in order to short semis. And that is a 3 times leveraged ETF. Be careful. You could go long SOXS if semis continue to remain weak. Yeah, semis are weak. Kava 2-minute lower high on watch. IWM just made a new low of day. It's weak, but I feel like I'm chasing the short here, so I'm moving this over. I don't want to chase it. The play I wanted was a flat bottom break of 220, and that happened during pre-market, so I missed it. I want to trade something that has more meat on the bone. Don't want to short in the hole. Okay, SPY making a new low of day. QQQ new low of day. This bear volume is telling. Folks are de-risking ahead of NVIDIA earnings tomorrow. Got lots of earnings tomorrow. 2-minute lower high anticipated on the next bounce for Apple. You got a stair step right now on the 2-minute. Come on, Roku. Fall apart. Tesla got some repeat bearish flow coming in to the $200 strike for this Friday. They got filled at $1.12. That's interesting. Consumer confidence in 19 minutes. Tesla's definitely weak. You could look for a 2-minute lower high top fish. And you could also, I toggle on VWAP. If I'm day trading, you could look for a VWAP short around 213. That could be a decent short area. SMCI, that's a pretty good bounce. Those are some pretty big allegations. It's holding that low of 510.47. Starbucks pop. Starbucks has the new CEO, right, that came over from CMG, and Elliott announced a big stake in Starbucks a couple weeks ago, so it's had some news catalyst. NVIDIA. We're holding the low of yesterday. I think I've been saying the low of Friday. That's because I missed yesterday. So y'all just know if I say Friday, I mean yesterday. Sorry about that. I just caught myself. Okay, we got a double bottom right here on NVIDIA, 124.37, 124.44. I would not trade commons on it, but if you wanted to check that double bottom out for potential long, risk 50 cents for maybe $2 potential reward. As long as it's holding the low of yesterday. FBL. Okay. Wowzer. That is tough liquidity on that one. Really tough liquidity. It does have some nice volume today, but the average volume is 242,000. That's $140,000 pushing this thing around. That is one dangerous name when you have that low of liquidity. The daily chart looks good. I wouldn't trade it. I know that Canadians, y'all are limited. Oh, we're right at that 71-cent resistance. I know y'all are limited sometimes in your retirement account to only Canadian accounts or Canadian charts or something like that. So I understand. That volume is really tough. Coffee. Well, ain't that a pretty chart? I'd have that one on back burner watch for sure. That's one pretty chart. Monthly high or low you're looking for, weekly high or low, daily high or low, 4-hour high or low. I got taken out of 1/3 of my Roku puts at $1.30, from $1.12 to $1.30. And I'm holding on to the other third. Sorry about that interruption. Okay. Hourly looks good. Yeah, this thing I'd be buying dips. Buy dips till it stops working. Amazon just made a new low of day. Sorry about that slurping. That was not ladylike. AMD, new low of day. Amazon, new low of day. That's so pretty. And that's pretty in another way. It's ugly. We want it to be ugly. Semis continue to just fall apart. 2-minute stair step to the downside. SPY, potential 2-minute bear flag. I want to just kind of zoom out and get some perspective here. We are well away from the daily 12 EMA. 2 days still could be a bull flag. I want perspective. Always want perspective. We're back up testing Friday's low, 559. Oh, excuse me, yesterday's low. Gosh, darn it. I keep saying that. 559.05. Potential 2-minute and 15-minute bear flags. We need a new high of day and 5-minute trend change for the bulls to prove that, hey, we're going to step up here. Right now, bears have control. We need a 2-minute trend change at a minimum to say, okay, we got a little low and the bulls are showing us something. Right now, they're showing us nothing. XLF is at high of day. XLV is at high of day. Industrials just had 2-minute higher high trend change. Apple's trying to get a bounce going. Semis are trying to get a bounce going. So it'll be hard for the market to fall apart with healthcare and finance this strong. But if semis keep making new low of day, I think it'll be hard for healthcare and banks to hold us up. You're welcome. My pleasure. I was so nauseous yesterday. I think it's, stress. Stress is a killer. So if XLF and XLV, they hit a temporary top, which it looks like they just did, we'll see. Now watch this. XLK is now bouncing. You see this? So these two are at high of day, and when they start pulling back, we need these other sectors like Apple. Look at these bounces. Semis, Apple, communication, XLK, all bouncing while XLF pulls back. That's the kind of rotation we need for the market to keep going. Boom, boom. There it is. Now we got a 2-minute trend change on SPY. On QQQ, we do not. We want 2-minute trend changes at a minimum to believe that the bulls are putting in a temporary low. Otherwise, this bounce is for naught. Yeah, it's just frustrating as heck. Life ain't easy. Okay, DJT. DJT is on the down low. Let's see. You have some supports over here. 2043 is your next support below 2110, then $21, and then you're looking down at 2043. So I'll just leave this up if you want to copy those next supports down. But this is very bearish. Very bearish chart, breaking the low of yesterday. I'm sorry that it deletes your message. The Nightbot is just not nice sometimes. The Autobot doesn't like you this morning, Lock Doctor. Sorry about that. He can be a little sensitive. Roku, we got a little head and shoulders. You see that? Come on down. The price is right. Take that 68.91 off my chart so it won't hold it up. The fitness channel. I do need the fitness channel in my life. I have a trainer and I took 3 weeks off because I had travel to go see my mom. I thought she was having surgery, so anyway, I resume next Tuesday. And Lord, do I need it. This is getting a good bounce going. I'd be looking short at 555. That is yesterday's low. That's where I'd be looking for the next short opportunity on SMCI. Look at that. Nice follow through on that XLK QQQ bounce while XLF pulled back. Doesn't get any sweeter than that. How sweet it is to be loved by you. It's very similar. Does it have a daily double top? These lines are old, so excuse the lines. I just want to remind myself what Zoom is breaking out of. I never adjusted the lines. But it's a little different, Fiona, because Zoom doesn't have the daily 200 MA overhead, and Roku does. So that's why I was liking that short. But it definitely, Zoom does have a daily double top. That's awesome. Good job, Win. CCJ is breaking out. Ooh. Ooh. Yuckola. That looks like a rising wedge to me. We're looking for a daily high or low. On a bounce, we're looking for a 4-hour low or high. An hourly downtrend. Nice long lower wick of bulls buying the dip, but that is one hideous rising wedge. Potential rising wedge. Lucid had a big move, so I had that alert. Man, it's dumping. Looking for that daily higher low. And hourly got oversold. I don't know if this thing had news. This is a pretty big dump. 5-minute stair step, 2-minute stair step, 1-minute stair step. We may see some bounce before NVIDIA profit locking. We could. Yep. They're buying the dip. They have been crushing earnings, so I understand why people are buying the dip. It's at the daily 12 EMA. Earnings tomorrow. So that changes things a bit. If SMH is leading, and now we have a new high of day, that changes the formula here. We have plenty of room for a 2-minute higher low now. If semis are leading, we've got a different ball game. If they're leading to the downside, it's one thing. If they're leading to the upside, we have to factor it into our decision making. So let's look at the heat map. We have data in 4 minutes. Data in 4 minutes. Lilly is up. They had news about Zepbound this morning. You see how it's the big boys that are red? We have a lot of green on the screen, actually. It's just the big names are red. Okay, so we're looking for consumer confidence in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. They're expecting 100.9. 100.9. Okay, semis have plenty of room for a 2-minute higher low. Roku, fall apart. Man, Kava, I guess you can't keep a good man down. They buy those dips. Russell leading to the downside. Oh man, missed my $30 dip buy. I wanted it at 30. PLTR. Looking for a daily higher low with 4-hour oversold. That's what I was waiting for. I had my alert set, but it didn't hit $30. All right. There we go, Roku. All right, data. Data coming out in 50 seconds. Man, SMCI, this could be a little 2-minute cup and handle. You normally want to see them at the top of uptrends. If I call this an uptrend, then we are, yeah. I don't know that. No, it's not a trade setup there for me. I don't want to touch it. Tesla is 1 hour oversold. making a new low of day. Yeah, we lost that support of 210.20. Yeah, the little 5-minute bear flag confirmed. All right, we got data out. Let's see if it's affecting the market. Market's making a new high of day. Market's making a new high of day, so it's not impacting it. And SMH just made a new high of day. QQQ and SPY made a quick little double top there on the 2-minute. Apple, new high of day. That is great for the market. AMC I've had on my watch list because it's so tight on the daily. So tight. I'm just scanning all of my different charts, see if I can find any other setup. Lucid didn't give me the setup I wanted. And Roku may be a falling wedge. We're getting tiny lower lows without follow through. I may take off a little more here at $1.29. Let me see if I can get filled at $1.29. Oh, Apple looks great. Apple over yesterday's high. Four-hour squeeze. I'm watching Roku even more closely now with Apple making a new high of day. PALT is halted. Lori. Oh, that has no volume. That's nothing. What did I want to look at? NEO. The Chinese stocks had a lot of volume this morning. NEO, green to red. PDD. Green to red. JD. Still green, but down at the low of day. No love. Yep, no love. So we know our shorts are, if we're looking for shorts, Russell is weak. We know Amazon has been weak. And Kava has been weak. Actually, Kava's recovering a little bit better. And if you're looking for longs, your 15-minute higher low attempt on Apple would be a later morning trade setup. They've made plenty of room now for a 15-minute higher low. AMD is weak. What's Nvidia doing? If you want a pairs trade, you could look for a possible long on Nvidia and short on AMD. I sometimes, if I'm trading the same sector, I'll do a pairs trade where I'm looking one strong, Nvidia, because it has earnings tomorrow and they're buying the dip, and AMD, their earnings are over, so they are selling it. So I would look for a 2-minute lower high on AMD. Yeah, Tesla, it looks very weak. Yeah, Tesla is definitely a weaker name that you would look to short bounces. And I can't do anything with this one now. Getting through yesterday's high. Nope, it hasn't done that. Still has a 12 EMA. We need to get through a prior day high to lock in that daily higher low on PLTR. Yeah, it's fighting with the 200 MA. QQQ is. All right. Any other names I can look at for you? Roku, for those of you that are on YouTube, the public, you will have to manage your Roku position on your own. I'll post updates if I exit in the room, but just manage according to your risk profile, all right? This is not falling apart like I wanted it to. I'm green, but I wanted it to fall apart. Now that we're 30 minutes in, I'm going to check the heat map again. So we've had some green, red to green names. Consumer defensive is looking great. Netflix is breaking out, it looks like. Just got a notification, yep. That would be a 15-minute later morning trade there on Netflix daily inside bar bull break. Now it needs to get through 696.07. It's a good looking move. Communications must be doing well. Yep, XLC at high of day. Apple high of day. Semis at high of day. Consumer discretionary, i.e. Amazon and Tesla, low of day. Healthcare high of day. XLF is fading a bit. We're still holding VWAP, and we have XLK in that little 2-minute EQ underneath the 200 MA. We got 5-minute inside bars. Do I like any? So Netflix would be a later morning trade, looking for a 15-minute higher low. Hey Jessica, let's see. Daily inside bar. Bulls have not proven that this is not a weekly bear flag, and I did the fib pull this morning and it was 169. As long as we're below 169, we could still be a weekly bear flag. However, I do like Google fundamentally, and I think buying a dip makes sense. We just got to get this weekly lower high set and set that higher low quickly on the weekly so we can get a trend change. I like the squeeze on the 4 hour. I like the squeeze on the hourly, and I like this little cup and handle action. It could be a laggard move to Netflix. It's in the same category. So you could look for a 2-minute higher low, or even better, a 5-minute higher low, pull back buy for a day trade. Now for a swing trade, that's different. Swing trade, we're struggling. We're on the struggle bus. Okay. Amazon big dark pull right there. $24 million just came through. Are we scouting a 15-minute lower high? Chow, I'm sorry, I'm just now seeing this. On what? On the market? Yeah. 15-minute lower high on NASDAQ is the more likely scenario, yes. And on SPY, 15-minute lower high is the more likely scenario, yes. I'm sorry I'm 7 minutes late answering your question. I lost that thread for a second and lost my place. AVGO running into the 15-minute 50 MA. On the daily, I would say we haven't officially set a daily higher low. These aren't pivots for me, so I would say we're still looking for a daily higher low. They have earnings next Thursday. Nice hourly buying the dip here. Plenty of room for a 15-minute higher low on a pullback. CME and Lily should be looking great. Dang, this thing looks good every time I look at it, Alan. You trade this thing all the time. You must know it inside and out. It's testing that 210.43, 210.28, 210.27. We got a triple top in that area. Possible, probably looks better on the 2-day. Yeah, possible 2-day bull flag. Yeah, I feel bad when I'm a laggard on getting to the names. You're welcome, Jessica. Okay, that looks brilliant. They announced they will be selling Zep bound in smaller vials to make it more accessible to people, a little bit cheaper. Plenty of room for hourly higher low. I would definitely keep this one if you like trading healthcare. Be careful. This one has very wide spreads, but you could look for a 15-minute higher low compared to low of day for a potential long setup on Lilly. It's definitely definitely has relative strength, and it's helping healthcare as a whole. Okay. I'm not going to exit Roku unless we get over $70. I'll exit the rest. Okay. Got all that question answered. Oh, game, and then that'll be the last one. Win for you. You had one. Nice bounce. Odds favor a 15-minute lower high compared to the high of day. Yeah, this doesn't look too good. This looks messy. Now, if we follow Dan's 5-minute policy, when you have these elevated 5-minute bull or bear volumes after the market opens, after that opening candle, look at that bull volume right there. It could be something. I'll do one of those, PRTG. Low volume, very low volume. We got over yesterday's high. We broke the inside bar bullish, but not making headway toward that 828 yet. Spready. Y'all getting me with the liquidity issues on these. All right. that is it. I appreciate y'all being here, and y'all use stop losses.